I want you to break down some few things now. Like what happened? Was it a message? Was it somebody that spoke to you? Maybe you slept and the Lord spoke to you, my daughter, oh, Winnie, I want you to go into mentorship. What prompted that? Like I want to be mentored. Yeah.
What pushed me to submit to mentorship, I think Pastor Linda was. Before that, I think Pastor Linda tried. At a certain point, she gave up. Because I was, okay, right now I'm improving because I'm discipling people. There's a way it has helped me to open up.
Wow, I like that.
Yeah. But I was a very reserved person. I was a kind of person that Pastor Linda sent messages like, I love you, and I used not to respond. Sometimes I used to just use an emoji because I never wanted to let in people. I was so reserved. But I think when we went to Encounter Retreat, I sat in a circle with Pastor Linda. And after that, there's a way I felt connected to her. And the first thing that I did when I came back, I saw a seed. So she prayed.
I saw this. It was a very powerful one.
Yeah. So she prayed over me. So I think there is that connection that I started feeling. So she picked me up, and I'll use this because on Tuesday, Papa was talking about immunity, and he talked about like you choose to humble yourself. So I'll pick from that. I think at a certain point I chose to accept her mentorship. Wow. Though it was a process. It was a process because I had to open up slowly by slowly. I've not reached there but at least right now, at least I can be able to speak to her about certain things. Wow. that I wasn't able to speak to her before. Wow. So I chose slowly by slowly, and she has been patient with me.
Wow. Is there somebody there tonight that has to choose to humble yourself for mentorship? Now, if I may ask, would you say it is the mentorship? Because what we are looking at now is because you are fruitful. You are fruitful, you're productive, you have people you're raising. Because now, looking at it from way back, how you came in, you fell out, you came in again, they were a bit of like struggling. You were like a struggling, I don't know if we should say you're a leader or you're a member or you're before a member, but like would you say it is the mentorship that, got you fully into now raising people, or maybe peradventure, maybe like is there a teaching, or is it the mentorship? Yeah.
I think when I started the MC, so I noticed that when I started the MC, I noticed that there was a transformation in the people that are under me.
Wow.
So because of that, I noticed that it was...
Sorry to break you. Now, how did you start an MC? Like...
starting an MC...
You just stood up and said, I'm starting an MC? Or was there a teaching? Because what we are trying to look at is, what is it that is really driving you? Where is it coming from? Where are all these? Because you see, somebody might be there and, will be like, oh, I really want to be like productive, like Pastor Winnie, but I don't know how this is possible. So, like, what was it? A teaching? Was it sitting in a mentorship? How did you even get into the phase where you are like, I'm starting a missional community?
I think at first it wasn't a decision I made willingly. It was a push. I was pushed into it. Yes.
By who?
By Pastor Linda.
Wow.
Yes, so I was pushed into it, but with time I noticed that it was worthy. Wow. So when I started the MC, I immediately applied all the teachings that we've been receiving about MCs. Because I've been sitting under the teachings, the training, but I wasn't...
But there is nowhere to apply it.
Yes, but I wasn't powering out. So I was just feeding without, letting out.
Yeah.
So when I started an MC, I applied everything that I've been feeding. So I knew everything that I was supposed to do. I started praying for people.
Wow.
I started loving people. I started standing being there for people.
Yes.
So in the process, I noticed that my people were actually transforming.
Wow.
So this made me feel like it was worthy, because I was seeing my people, like people were not able to lead prayers. They started leading
Wow.
prayers. People started attending online trainings.
Wow.
So it started giving me joy, whereby if I have people in my house on Friday attending my MC, anytime I see them at church on Sunday, it gives me that joy.
Wow.
So that was my turning point, not to give up and keep on going.
Wow. All right. Now we have seen that Pastor Winnie was pushed into, like, not willingly. She was not ready, but because she had, decided to obey. There are some obedience that, will lead to certain level of results which you will get. Now, Pastor Winnie, now this is to end up the entire conversation. Now, if there is one thing you will say to maybe somebody out there who probably have not started a missional community, is still there and is like, this missional community thing, because from what you're saying, it's obvious that the missional community has been impactful to you. It has helped you to grow. I think there was a time I overheard somehow that, can you tell us about what, happened to your prayer life when you started a missional community? Like, were you praying before? If you were praying before, how long were you praying? And how long do you pray now? And how consistent is your prayer life? Like, before you started the MC and after you started the MC, what is it? Is there any difference?
Yes. Before I started the MC, actually, I didn't have a consistent prayer life. I used to pray, but some days I used not to pray, and maximum I used to pray 1 hour. But right now I can pray 2.5, 3 hours.
Wow.
Yes.
I believe we're hearing that from 1 hour to about 3 hours and 3.5 hours is a good place to celebrate Jesus Christ. Now, can we say at this junction, can we say that yes, the missional community, like obeying to go and do the missional community, can we say that it has transformed you, it has changed you, it has impacted you? Talk about that before maybe you give a word to someone out there.
The missional community has transformed me a lot, because personally it is pushing me to come out of my comfort zone. I'll give an example. I think the Tuesday before you shared about being the doer of the word, we had shared that same scripture in our MC before that Tuesday. And some of the examples that my members were giving was about forgiveness. Wow. So by then I was reading a book that Mama gave us, Love the Way to Victory. And some of the chapters I read were more about forgiveness. So by the time my members were talking about forgiveness, I had enough to share.
Wow.
So it was then that I noticed that all the teachings we've been receiving, whereby Papa is like, you are what you know. That's when I actually knew what it means.
Wow.
So I was able to know that, okay, I have to acquire knowledge. I may not be able to apply it now, but one day I'll be able to apply it. Yeah. So I've been pushed to actually read more books. I study my Bible. My prayer life has changed, and this is not only about me. It flows to also my members, because we've started the online prayers as an MC, and everyone is getting a chance to lead prayers. So because I'm the lead, of course.
Like your MC members, they have a chance to lead prayers.
Yes, they have a chance to lead prayers.
Wow.
So because I'm the lead, of course, if someone doesn't turn up, I have to stand in the gap. So there's no way I'll be a leader when I can't pray. Wow. So this is pushing me. My prayer life is increasing and changing. And my love life, because I've learned to love people. Yeah. Like I said that I was a bit reserved, but there's a way I'm opening up now.
Wow.
I've learned to forgiveness. I'm not this kind of person that maybe the member didn't respond, that tomorrow I will not greet the person. There's a way it is transforming me. yeah, so I've been able to, my faith life has improved, and I'm practicing consistency and not giving up.
Wow.
Because I know I have people that I have to stand and lead, and I have people that are looking up to me.
Wow. All right. Now, Winnie, we want to ask you now, if there is one thing you will say to somebody out there, probably maybe thinking, should I start a missional community? What is a missional community? Who is a missional community? You know, so if there's just one word you will say to someone out there, what would you want to say?
The one word I'll say is, until you decide, you will not know what you carry. Because I've had people that have been speaking to me recently, and people are like, I don't know enough. Some people are like, I give up easily. But sometimes it is not about what you know. Some of those things come within. Like as you keep on taking on the journey, you keep on learning more. And as the people that you are leading grow, you are also growing with them. It is not that you start with everything, you know everything, but as people are growing, they are learning how to pray, you are also learning how to start.
Yeah.
Even if you start with that one person, invest in that one person. As you are investing in that person, you are growing. So by the time other people will come, you will be having enough experience to handle them and also to push them through. Yes.
Wow. Tonight, I want us to appreciate what God is doing in the life of Pastor Winnie. She has disciples. She's running a missional community. They are planting a new. I think have you planted the second one?
No, it was supposed to be.